Mick, well done on the win. What did you make of that whole experience? You know, we were talking about it in the build-up, the feeling of walking out, UFC debut in London, packed out crowd, your friend Tom on the main event bill. What did you make of the whole experience?
Oh, it was amazing. I didn't feel overwhelmed. It felt like I belonged there, if that makes sense. But walking out was amazing. Everybody cheering for us. Like, look, I took it all in. Everybody this week's told us, like, take it in and enjoy it. It's easy to let it pass you by and it just become like a memory. But I felt like I took it in, I enjoyed it. It felt good. Like Bruce Buffer calling me in, I just enjoyed every moment. I haven't watched the fight back yet, so I'll have to watch it back before I talk about that too much. But I feel like I definitely could have done a little better.
Yeah, like you mentioned, you looked really comfortable in there, and there was never a moment that you looked in trouble. And you know, towards the end of the third round, you were exchanging, like, going toe-to-toe towards the end of it. Did you feel like you'd have embraced that a bit more earlier in the fight, or did you just want to warm up in there, get your confidence up, and just breeze through it? Because that's what it looked like. You were just breezing through it in there.
It's heavyweight MMA, so I don't take too many big shots early. I feel like I'm a lot fitter than most heavyweights. So I'm getting out the first round is probably key to me winning a lot of times. I felt he did slow down, but I didn't do enough to finish him, really. I think my coach was saying it was tight, so I knew it was tight going to third. He was like, just think, I'm not too sure, just think you might be 1-2 down, it's really tight. And then I heard like 90 seconds left, and then like the last 30, I thought, make a little statement. I felt like, I didn't feel like any of these shots hurt. He was obviously big, and like a few tickles, but they weren't nice, but none hurt us. I felt good. I thought he'd try and wrestle more, potentially kick more. I feel like I would have finished him with the leg kicks, but obviously he was switched on to switch stance. I think I hurt his front leg as well. I think I took a lot away of his movement. I heard his coach shouting for like a blast double. I knew he had a good blast double, but I knew he was a fast guy, but to be honest, I felt faster than him in there. I felt like good. I did.
We spoke about this before the fight as well. You know, the rise that Tom's had, you'll be looking for a similar rise, and you'll be wanting to bring the UFC back to the Northeast, because we mentioned 2008, 2009, that was the last time they had an event over there. Is that well within your plans now within the next 2 to 3 years?
Oh, that would be amazing for it to come to the Northeast. A few other guys from our gym and a few of the Northeast are getting on the Contender Series now. They're pushing to look for the UFC. So I feel like next year or two, there'll be loads more guys from the Northeast in the UFC. My gym, a few guys are like pushing on for it themselves. So give it a couple of years, there might be a few Northeast stars, and then potentially it could come up there. But as long as it's in the UK, that's the main thing. Just get some UK cards so I can fight in front of this again.
And I was speaking to Phil DeFries as well. You know, you guys, you, Phil and Tom have had an amazing camp together. 2 out of 3 so far. And with Tom looking to do the business later on tonight as well. Do you feel like that is the best heavyweight MMA gym in the world that you guys